Xabisa ixesha ukuze nexesha likuxabise njengesiqhelo ngeli xesha kula majelo SABC 1 ne-DDT Iindaba uxolo malibe nani. Lihleliselwe umhla weshumi elinesithathu kwinyanga ezayo ityala lokutshisa lika-Zandile Mafe kwinkundla ephakamileyo yaseKapa ngale ntsasa. UMafe utyholwa ngokutshisa izakhiwo zepalamente ngomhla wokuqala kuJanuwari onyaka ophelileyo.
Ukuhlehliswa kwetyala likaMafe kukunika ithuba amagqwetha akhe adlimbadu kunye naye malunga nokuqulethwa kwingxelo yegqiza loogqirha bengqondo ababemhlola. UMafe ugqibe isithuba esingangenyanga kwiziko lezempilo iFort England Medical eMpuma Koloni. Ujaji Nathan Erasmus ugwebe ngelithi le ngxelo mayingadizwa okwangoku.
I'm going to order that the contents of the report, which is styled a psychiatric report, not be disclosed at this stage.
As places.
For the following reasons. The Act provides that a party may dispute the findings in these type of reports. And the instant matter, the defense had not had an opportunity to consult with the client about it.
Phakathi kwezixhoolo ajongene nazo uMafe sesokutshisa esobunqolobi nobusela. Ijaji iyalele ukuba uMafe agcinwe enkonkoloza kwicandelo lezempilo lentilongo yasePaulsmore de avele kwakhona kule nkundla ngomhla we-13 kuJulayi.
Kwalapha ezindabeni umongameli Cyril Ramaphosa uthethe ngomnxeba ngoxa wakhe waseRussia umnumzana Vladimir Putin ngenzame zenkokeli zaseAfrika zokufumana isisombululo kungquzulwano lweRussia neUkraine. Masinamkele ezindabeni emini nje imbalele ethwaxa isixeko Nelson Mandela Bay ezamandla ahlaziweyo noqoqosho lakwilwandle zingomomeza kushukuxwa kwintlanganiso ngoguquguquko lwemozulu esindlekwe ikomishoni kamongameli ngoguquguquko lwemozulu eGqeberha phantsi komxholo uthi uphuhliso lweNelson Mandela Bay ekwazi ukumelana noguquguquko kwemozulu. Le ntlanganiso ngokujonga indlela zokuqubisana nemingeni yefuthe loguquguquka kwemozulu. Kodwa akuphelelanga kwesi sixeko esithwaxwa ile meko intatheli ilandela ilinqaku.
Iyaqhuba inkqubo ejongene noguquguquka kwesimo semozulu apha eNelson Mandela Bay. Buyakhumbula lo masipala ngomunye wamasipala uthe wathwaqa imbalela kakhulu nangona nje le workshop lena iqhubayo apha eNelson Mandela Bay ichotshelwe la komiti yathi yasekwa ngumongameli uCyril Ramaphosa phaa ngoDisemba ka-2020 nalapho khona ejongene neengxaki ezinokuthi zivele zoguquguquko lemozulu. Buyakhumbula izantyalantyala zemvula ezithe zathwaxa laphondo lapha KwaZulu Natal kwakunye nale mbalela le ithwaxa eNelson Mandela Bay. Kodwa kapha ecangweni kwam uthetha gqabagqaba ngale workshop leni iqhubayo ndinaye omnye womkomishinala apha uphakanye kula komishini yokamongameli uMr Brian Mantlana. Tata ndiyabulela kakhulu ngexesha lakho. Sasiqabaqaba ngesinokuthi sikulindele lapha namhlanje.
Namhlanje sizoqokelela izimvo zabahlali balapha eNelson Mandela Metro ngalomba we-climate change, uguquguquko lwemozulu. More importantly, we are focused sigxininisa kakhulu kwindaba esithi adaptation aspect, so what we call climate resilience. Sifuna ukuva kubahlali balapha uba senze njani na ukulungiselela ukuthi xa kukho oluguquguquko lwemozulu lubangela i-impact ezi-negative kwi-livelihoods nakubantu ba-ready kangakanani nabona and bafuna ukuresponda kanjani na, what is their level of readiness and how should we get to that level of readiness.
Umba wombane ngezinye zetask enijongene nazo apha ukusuka phaa usetyenziswa kwamalahla ukuvelisa umbane ukuyotsho kule renewable energy. Kodwa ke kuyabonakala le nkqubo engathi sahamba ngonyawo lonwabo kwaye yithini ichaphaza le nto lena ethi ibe nalo kwimozulu kanye lo msi wamalahla.
We si-Presidential Climate Commission sizimisele ukuba siqhubele phambili ngalo msebenzi siwenzayo wokuthi siqhube le nkqubo yokuthi kusetyenziswe i-renewable energies to drive the economy of South Africa. Ukwenza loo nto kuthetha into yoba kufuneka sithethe nabantu ngabantu, simamele ii-voices ngee-voices. Sikuloo nkqubo ke ngoku besithethile ne-youth, sathetha ne-labour, sathetha ne-academics, sathetha norhulumente nazo zonke ii-relevant stakeholders. Sithe ke ekugqibeleni saproducer i-report. Sine-report esiyiproducileyo about 3 weeks ago. Sayiqulunqa loo report, sayipresenta kwakhona kwii-role players, sabiza i-workshop. Emva kwaloo workshop sathatha ke ngoku loo document sayisa kumongameli. Sathi makayijonge ave ukuba uyavumelana nezinto sizisuggestayo, which reflect a social compact perspective of South Africa.
Thank you so much, and ndibule kakhulu tata ixesha lakho. Lo ibingomnye umcommissioner uphuma kanye kule commission ethe yasekwa ngumongameli Cyril Ramaphosa ejongene noguquguquko kwemozulu. Ndithathe zonke izintambo ndizibuyisele kwe-studio.
Umongameli Cyril Ramaphosa uthethe ngomnxeba nogxa wakhe waseRussia umnumzana Vladimir Putin ngemiba iphathelene nephulo loxolo leenkokeli zase-Afrika kwilinge lokufumana isisombululo kungquzulwano ne-Ukraine. Kubekho ukuzibophelela phakathi kwezikokeli zimbini ngokuqhuba kwentsebenziswano phakathi kweRussia noMzantsi Afrika kwimiba yehlabathi.
Ngokwembalelwano ye-ofisi yobumongameli eRussia, kungekudala umongameli Putin uza kwamkela igqiza leentloko zamazwe e-Afrika, kodwa umhla awukaqinisekiswa. Eli gqiza kwalindeleke lityelele i-Ukraine. Le mbalelwano ikwadandalazise ukuba iingxoxo zikwagxile kwingqungquthela yesibini ye-Russia-Africa eSt Petersburg ekupheleni kukaJulayi, naleyo ye-BRICS eRhawutini ngo-August, kodwa ayicacisi ngeenkcukacha kuquka nezokuba ingaba uPutin uza kuzimasa buqu kusinina. Ukanti imbalelwano ye-ofisi kamongameli weli idize ukuba umongameli Ramaphosa usindleke ingxoxo noogxa bakhe abahlanu base-Afrika ukuqala iComoros, eJiphetha, Senegal, Uganda yaye Zambia. Umongameli Putin ulamkele inyathelo leentloko zalamazwe e-Afrika.
President Putin has welcomed the initiative by the African heads of state and expressed his desire to receive the peace mission. The telephone conversation with President Putin followed a discussion which took place on Monday, the 5th of June, amongst the African heads of state. The leaders discussed their forthcoming engagements with Presidents Putin and Zelensky regarding exploring ways of bringing an end to the conflict.
Ngokutsho kwe-ofisi kamongameli, intloko zalamazwe zigwadle nangefuthe lale mfazwe kuluntu lwase-Ukraine, Russia nakwi-Europe gabalala, kanti nakwihlabathi jikelele. Ntlandlolo i-Ukraine itena liphina inyathelo lozisoxolo malibe ngokubuyisela isidima selalizwe kurhoxe nomkhosi we-Russia kwimida ye-Ukraine.
Uyaziphendulela kwezinye zezityholo atyatyeke kwazona unjengalozi Edwin Ijeoma wayengumhlohlo ophezulu kwi-University Fort Edike neMpuma Koloni. Sibamba udliwano-ndlebe naye ngobuxhakaxhaka bale mihla iZoom unjengalozi Ijeoma aziphendulele, kodwa sakuthetha naye ngolwimi lwasemzini lona aluvayo. Prof, welcome and thank you so much for your time. Let's start with the reports that you were conferred with a PhD at the University of Pretoria after you were admitted there through the use of fake qualifications. What do you say to such damning allegations?
Yeah, there has been a lot of good afternoon to your viewers and to the public out there, and especially to general South African society. The news that has been coming from the University of Fort Hare in the past 3 years has been unduly sensationalized, and it was as a result of the Vice-Chancellor himself, who has one or two issues within himself and then put the university on the map. So it has been a personal attack on my person, actually, and I have been keeping quiet for quite some time, thinking that it was a mistake. Obviously, it has been a deliberate attempt to destroy my name and destroy the character of some political leaders in this country. I don't know where that is coming from, but one thing I know, that the public has been deceived for a long time. and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Because for the past 3 years, it reminds me of Chinwe Achebe's quote that says, unless the lion have their own historian, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. The story in Fort Hare has always been around the Vice Chancellor, who is the jack of all trades and master of none. Everything that I did in Fort Hare is true. None of them is false. All this imagination, character assassination are false. I did my studies as way back as 1981 from the National College of Advanced Studies in Nigeria. And as finished that, I did what they call London Chamber of Commerce and Industry examination in 1984 to 1985. I specialized in finance. And I did Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration at the University of Lagos between 1985 and 1989. And I did Kensington University Master's in Business Administration and MBA in 1993 to 1995. And I did postgraduate diploma in theology with one of the biggest Christian denominations in Africa, the Redeemed Christian Church of God. And then I did my PhD in public affairs, specializing in policy and public sector economics with the University of Pretoria between 1999 and 2003. The chronology of my studies are available. So some of those reports and spec influenced by the bogus Vice Chancellor of the University of Fort Hare is something that I don't know where it's coming from. The reason being that you can't say you are doing a forensic research, you did not contact the person who is the subject matter, you did not travel to the site to see the studies, the institutions where the person attended. You don't stay somewhere in South Africa and assume what you don't do forensic without visiting the places of interest.
Prof, sorry for interjection. Let's focus on the Forte saga. You are accused, amongst other things, of being responsible for irregular admission and registration of some political figures at the university, including Eastern Cape Premier Oscar Mabuyane and Cindy Swakomba and others. What do you say to such accusations?
Those are still what I call character assassination. It doesn't have any foundation. You see, when you want to prove a thing, you bring some evidence. Law works with evidence. The news scavengers has been in Fort Hare for the past 3 years because that is where they get information they sell, and the public are vulnerable to those information. What happens in South Africa and elsewhere today is that once you mention corruption, everybody will jump up to see, okay, where is it? But I am assuring South Africans today, I am not corrupt in any way. In fact, I was one of the people who fought corruption at the University of Fort Hare. Unfortunately, the current Vice Chancellor who joined 5 years before or 7 years after I joined Fort Hare, came and he didn't like what happened before he joined. So these are the things he's fighting. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know which political party or factions that he belonged. But one thing I know that University of Fort Hare is a renowned university that has institutional height that is beyond pair with many institutions in Africa. And that is what attracts people to that university. So for me...
Sorry for interjection. Yeah. Prof, it has been said the university laid criminal charges against you a while back for these irregular admissions, and some previous reports labeled you a fugitive of the law. Are you running away from the law? Did you at some point run away from the law?
This is another lie. In one other interview, somebody said to me that University of Fort Hare said that you are a fugitive. I'm not. Why should I run away from law? There's nothing to run away from. And then to answer your question, there has not been any case opened against me in any court or in any police station in South Africa saying that I admitted people fraudulently. The only case I had, which University of Fort Hare opened, was in 2021 when they accused me of stealing the university car. And at the end of the day, the case was thrown out of court. So it has been one-sided narrative by the University of Fort Hare Vice Chancellor. This University of Fort Hare, for me, is an African global university with legendary tradition. And that tradition should not be destroyed by one man. And this university has been there for over 100 years. And somebody came and decided that he wants to destroy the university. I don't care what he has in mind. You can actually deal with corruption without destroying the reputation of the university. Anybody in South Africa, I challenge anybody, any student, past student of mine, current student of mine, and students in different areas, whether politicians or non-politicians, students from corporate bodies. If anybody has given me bribe, directly or indirectly, in the Republic of South Africa or elsewhere in the world, let the person come out. This is the time for the person to come out, because I am tired of people saying things that are not, and South African public, at least the gullible ones will not understand. If you go through a university, you will know that there is no university in the world, including Fort Hare, where one single person will admit a student and then register the student, and the student will graduate, and the student will collect certificate just by one single person. That person must be a superhuman. It's not me.
Lastly, Prof, sorry for interjection. Lastly, how did you leave the institution? Did you resign or were you fired?
My dear, I resigned, but the Vice Chancellor goes to the air, speaking with both sides of his mouth, telling people that I was fired. I resigned because my name was in the social media every time.
Thank you so much, Prof.
Go to the internet, you will see how he has destroyed my name. You don't see other universities in such a manner. It's only the University of Fort Hare.
Ukubanga bamaxesha besingawajonge encwadini belingatshona liphinde liphume siziphanga masizibambe ku-SABC 1 sakuqhuba nazo kwi-DDT emva kwekhefu mazenetholo.